Hi, my name is Patruni Shastri, and you are listening to Drag Me to Heaven. This is a podcast which is about drag and belief, and this is a space where we talk about how drag artists kind of look into the idea of belief and kind of chime in about their thoughts. So, this is a space where we would be talking about, what faith is and how exactly it transcends to the idea of art. Today, we have a very wonderful drag artist from Delhi, somebody who has created a very nuanced approach to drag, and also somebody who has a very stigmatic aura and brings us a very nuanced conversation. But before we kind of go ahead and call them, I would request everybody who's listening to this, please go and subscribe to the Spotify channel, share it with your friends and family, and ensure that if you have any questions, you can always write to us. Share it with your friends, share it with your colleagues. You can always write to us. We really want to know what exactly you're feeling about this podcast. So please go ahead and drop us a note on pcsas number 3 at gmail.com, and follow us on our social media channels and let us know what is your thoughts about belief, and especially if you are a queer person, let us know what do you think about these conversations. So without any further ado, let me quickly go ahead and chime in. Hiten Noonwal. Hi everyone, my name is Patruni and I'm back to Drag Me to Heaven, a conversation about interfaith and drag. And with me, I have the starlet of Indian drag scene, somebody who creates drag looks on the fingertips. Somebody who's so innovative that we all kind of just see their image, and we all kind of go into a different realm altogether. It's none other than Hiten Noonwal, a very great friend, an icon from drag, scene in India. Hi Hiten, how are you doing? What's up?
Hi, Petruni. Thank you so much for welcoming me here. This is amazing. Like how we started and what this has become. This is amazing. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having me.
Thank you so much. It's always, I think I often kind of see you as one of the pioneer figure who is leading drag into a very different direction. Thank God, if the world also follows you, just like a Pied Piper, and we kind of go into your art. And thank you so much for everything you do. So today we are here to kind of discuss about faith and drag, which is a very kind of different combination altogether. So my first question to you is, could you please introduce yourself to the audience, and also your belief system or core values and your faith practice?
Yeah. So, hey everyone, I am Hiten, and Hiten means heart. So, I am an artist as well, and I feel the all the drag characters that I'm creating, they are directly coming from my heart, from Hiten. So that's why one thing don't I don't encircle them in one name. So I have a different name for different characters because they are my personifications, like personifications of my emotions. So this is what I do, and this has started very randomly. Like when I was in my school in sixth class, that time I started creating various costumes in sixth class onwards. And I have also played Sita for 4 years, Sita role for 4 years. So it happened because in my school, people want be able to, relate to me. So they were kind of ignoring me. I don't know if I blame them or not, but I was something new or maybe something unnatural kind of for them. So what I did, I could find myself with my nature, like nature around me in the school. So I was sitting under the tree looking at everything, birds and how days changing and how clouds and sun and moon. So I could, have my connection with the universe that way. And then I thought how these all things that nature has given us has accepted me, completely because I could feel being a part of that. So I knew that my existence matters and my existence exists with the existence of the universe. So And then I started writing, I started doing drawings and paintings, and then initially I did photo shoots. Then I came up with these very avant-garde looks, and every look was telling story, telling how I feel, what I believe in, what my faith is. So the drag that I do is more about my self-expression, is about my art catharsis, how I feel, and if I feel depressed or humiliated or very intimidated. So my art is like a medium where I put all those emotions and then I don't worry about anything. So this is how I feel the drag is very, very important to me. This is how I feel the faith that I have that if I will do drag, if I will create any look or costume, headgear, makeup, so how it will heal me. So this is what my faith has become starting from my childhood.
It's so lovely to kind of hear how extraordinary you were since childhood as well. I think my next question, which I'm also trying to draw, is like your work is something which is a masterpiece. Every work of yours should be saved in a kind of a museum, and each of them kind of creates a very unique way of like living art. And somewhere or the other way, what we also see is like uh, you know differentiating from a normal human being and creating an image which is extraordinary helps us elevate both with the idea of our faith as well as how we see the world it's in itself. So how did your journey into drag began, and did your faith, did your religion, or did your faith play a role in shaping your drag persona?
So it began because at my school I wasn't fitting in, so I could fit in at the Ramla club near my house. So I started playing role of Sita, and then I could fit in, and then I did not know that what I'm doing is drag. So it just happened, it just came to me, and then I could walk being one with my drag art. I did not know this is drag until it came, I think I got to know about this after 2012. Before that, I did not know about drag or any sort of, this name. But now I understand as you are saying, drag me to heaven. So this is my heaven. So drag has actually dragged me from the life that I thought as hell. Drag has dragged this to the heaven. So I feel this has just happened to me because I was very sensitive to everything, including non living objects as well, you know. So, and I also feel whatever has happened or I have experienced, this has made me very aware, very sensitive and sensitized. So, I am very careful, I mean, how I react because I believe in energy. I don't just believe, I feel energies actually. And even when I'm like, taking a flat, I go inside the flat, I get the vibe, I get the energies. And that's how I feel that, oh, this is right space for me, this is not. So I feel energies from everything. Other than that, people don't know, but I also like kind of connect with the spiritual world. Spiritual world, I'm saying world which belongs to spirits, world which belongs to paranormal. So I have various experiences, and I think it happens with me because I'm sensitive. I am not much into, okay, oh, I'm Hindu. I'm more into, yes, I am a part of this universe. So this is how my parents have also taught me. They don't put me that, you believe in that or you don't believe. They have set me free. So this freedom has made me feel that I am one with the universe.
This is a very unique perspective, and I think I'm not sure what exactly this is. If we could name this. thought process of belief, which is connecting with the spiritual world, or the idea of paranormality. It's a very common, I would say, space which we usually don't tend to extend or kind of explore, especially in India.
Yeah.
Now, the next question which I have is a very it's a common question. It's every queer person on Earth would have this very common idea, which is called as you know uh, conflict with their practice of religion or the practice of faith. So have you experienced any kind of a conflict between your faith and your drag artistry, and if so, how did you challenge those and kind of navigate it through those challenges?
No, I have not experienced any kind of, any contradiction
Hmm.
because I feel what religion should, deliver,
Hmm.
that will deliver to me because of my art,
Hmm.
how I believe, how I live, what I do, what I create, what I sleep, how I eat, and how I sit. Because when I talk about dharma is religion is about you do what you have to do,
Hmm.
you know. So is this is also like what my dad also says. Religion is about that you have to respect your parents and you do, like, you go to maybe school, study well, respect everyone. So I think this is what my parents had told me, that this is religion. Religion is not about you sit down, you worship God, but we also meditate. I meditate. So I think meditation has opened my eyes to this world that I don't know if religion could help me. So I think meditation has helped me a lot, and I also dream a lot. A lot of my looks are inspired by my dreams. I have a diary of dreams. So in my dreams, I see myself. I see sometimes two Hiten, three Hitens. I see multiple like kind of character design. How can I do it? How can I create it? A lot of my characters are inspired by my dreams. And when I'm meditating, what I experience, I try to develop that in form of my art. This is what I do.
It's kind of summarizes the idea that the world outside is basically the world inside. It's the same world.
Yes.
And when you say that, you kind of visualize whatever the drag which you portray, and you visualize the ideas of how do you kind of create your process of art. Also tells that it's you have the oneness between yourself and the world which is around you, which is a very unique perspective, and thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I really wanted to kind of know, and if you could like very specifically answer this question with the ideas of how do you connect with the spiritual aspect of it, or how do you connect with the overall non-mainstream religions, if I could say it in that way. Like, are there aspects of your faith that have supported or affirmed your gender expression, sexuality, or drag, and how can young queer individuals draw strength from these connections, the connection between what is your belief and your performance, or your art? So if there is a
Yeah.
connection, and how do we explore that, touch base on that?
Okay. So, like when I talk about religion, then I also see our gods and goddesses, and then I can talk about Ram and Sita. So, what happens? Even like everyone knows, what used to happen. People used to act even these feminine roles, like roles of goddesses. Like I played role of Sita. So if the society or the people or who were creating these productions of drama theater, if they could have me play the role of Sita, goddess, mother. So it means there's nothing wrong if a man is wearing all of that, doing makeup, dresses. So if it's not wrong in the religion, because it's kind of you're telling the story is mythology, is religion. So if I could become Sita, wear dresses, and people could actually come to me, touch my feet, they wanted my blessings, not because I am from LGBTQIA or queer, because they thought I am actually Sita, you know? So if people accepted me in the name of religion, so I knew that there is nothing wrong. Like starting from my class at school, I knew there is nothing wrong with me wearing all this, because if I am doing this, people are like, they don't see me as Hiten, they see me as what I'm playing as, you know. So I feel I have never experienced any biased in terms of religion and my identity, because this is how I started. I started with the role of Sita on stage, so I think this is a very good example. When even when you are asking, I am realizing that, oh, this happened because Sita role is was the role of the goddess, mother, Ram's wife. So it's mother, like mother are like a mother for all of us. We have temples in religion, in mythology we talk about Sita and what happened in her life. So it means there is nothing wrong, if a man is wearing, because I feel how you feel from the spirit, that matters more than the body experience, um,
Indeed. Um, this I think this question is the next question which I'm asking. I, as an audience, was seeing you from a tabloid. I think when I see you create looks, which are again, these are not looks. I can't categorize it. Like, if I see a certain drag artist, we categorize a certain look. I think when I see your looks now, all my mandalas all of the sudden, gives this divine, spark, if I could say, because every of them has a very unique way of we call it as rasa and as a part of classical dance theory. But what you create or what you kind of manifest as your performance is always it automatically elevates a person when they are seeing it, with your gender performance. So it draws that spiritual connection automatically as an audience. But I want to understand, when you do drag, do you have a spiritual connection, and when you are having this kind of a spiritual connection, does that affirm your spirituality, or do you think that drag and faith or spirituality can go very hand in hand, and taken as a journey as well? Because we always talk about sex positiveness as well as the idea of glamour and all in drag, but at any point in time, I think, is there a way how we can connect the idea of faith and spirituality with drag and lead a conversation about the same?
so what happens when I am doing my makeup, or wearing anything? It's like when I'm wearing, I am kind of dissolving. When I'm wearing makeup, wearing wig. So it's like this pain, this body identity is getting dissolved with the universe. So I become one with the universe when I'm wearing makeup or costume, like becoming my drag persona. So what happens? I am more confident because I am in the flow with the universe, flow with the energy, And also when I'm doing my makeup, I play meditative music. I have a list of music, I play that, and I do it, I feel it, I do it. So it's like even if I'm moving, I am meditating even that time. So the transformation happens while I'm meditating without music or with music. So this happens, and I think when I am fading out or maybe merging up with the universe while I'm creating my drag persona, so people also feel it when I'm in front of them. So what happens? Not at the clubs, but at other places. If I go, let's say for talk show, if I go for any college or schools, people want to touch me. Like they want to touch, they want to hug me. A lot of people, they come to me, they cry, they hug me, then they cry. They don't know why they are crying. When they come to me, they cry. I think because of the spiritual energy that I'm creating by while becoming the drag. Maybe they connect with me somehow. So this is what usually happens with me. I don't know, like I don't do it intentionally, but it just happens.
Yeah, I think this is also something which I wanted to kind of ask. You always I have seen very common patterns, like, patterns of every look where there is a bird which is flying. It's a peace symbol
Yeah.
which you are wearing, and there are there this motifs which you kind of create, which on the face with the makeup or with with the work which you do. All of these motifs are somewhere. it automatically makes people seek peace. When they see my drag, they feel hot. Which is a different situation. But I think that the idea of peace is something which is automatically rejuvenated when you kind of present it. Now, we are living in a conflict world. We are living in a space where, faith, religion, everything is fighting with each other. All religions kind of come together to say that awareness is not something which is very, which should be there. So, at this kind of a scenario, or this kind of a situation which we are all in, what is that one thing which drag artist or any artist should do to kind of use their art to make world peace or have the idea of interfaith than making borders and differences just because of a religion or a faith practice.
Uh, so this is taking me back to one of my performances that I did. It was imagine all the people living life in peace. So when I created that, it was a video. When I created it, so people did not see, okay, oh, a guy is doing this, you know. So there people could see what theme am I coming with, what is my concept, what story do I have to tell. So if we come up with stories, then people will actually listen to the stories. It's about what you are putting on the plate to serve. If you are telling, if you're showing your body, so people will look at your body. If you're showing your maybe costume, they will look at the costume more, they will look at the makeup. It's like what emphasis you are creating for them to see. So I believe if I go with symbols that can tell my story without even having me speaking about it, so that people can connect with it and they can actually see. Because what happens when we are born, we are told stories, we are told this is this, we are told about everything, that this is wrong, this is right, this is this, this is that. So I use all of that being a designer. So I use all these elements, I use all these colors, then I try to create a persona that people can actually mind map subconsciously. It reminds them of something that they have already seen or they have heard. So like when I talk about bird, I use a lot of birds because I feel I'm a free bird. So I use a lot of birds and anything which is birds and butterflies, but not just positive looking characters. I also create characters who are looking dark, like dark in the approach, but they are not negative characters. It's like they are here to fight the negativity. So I also create a lot of characters like that. And I don't feel that, oh, I have to do wonderful performance. I feel my character has to tell a story. So I think because of the stories, people connect. And I will suggest this to everyone. Please don't just come just for the sake of, dancing. Come with a theme, a concept where you can tell stories and then people can actually get something from you and create. I mean, they have this perspective how to see the artist, drag artist.
This is the last question I had, and so it feels a little bit pain that I have to end this conversation here. But it's always like when I'm speaking to you, it's like I feel very kind of positive energies when I have any kind of a conversations. Now it's a space where we are in, like faith is never been outspoken. Like if you see, especially across queer individuals or queer spaces, we don't usually talk about faith, or we don't express our faith ideologies, because somewhere the other way anybody might get offended with whatever the kind of faith we kind of put in. So do you think, is it a very important, like what would be your message for the younger Gen Z's or Gen X, or the younger lot who are kind of coming, somewhere or the other way, if there is a disconnect with their own faith or their own their own lineage of spirituality, how what would be your advice for them to reconnect back? And if they have to reconnect back, how they should be seeing the world with the lens of spirituality?
I would say, first of all, they should understand that religion is not made for you to like blindly follow. Religion is made so that you can live a life happily. You can be positive about life. You can do things in a correct way. You have some fear of doing wrong. You have some fear that you don't hurt people or harm anyone. So all the young people can take religion with I mean, as a guide, how can they live a life in a better way? Like other than comparing, because religion would never teach you how to compare. Religion would never say, okay, you leave this and come to ours. Religion means just helping you to live a good life as a human, and everyone has to die one day. So better you live nicely, peacefully. So I think this is what they should take, other than blindly thinking, oh, Bhagwan. I would say better they like blindly saying this, oh Bhagwan. Better they thank you, thank to the everything living thing, because everything somehow is helping us to live life. That's why we have a lot of Devi Devtas in Hindu. So it's not about Devi Devta, it's about gratitude. What religion is teaching us. It's not like oh we are Indians, हमको कुछ नहीं पता, we don't know anything, and we worship the tree. We don't worship the tree, oh God. We worship the tree. It's like we are giving our gratitude that thank you for providing us with, let's say, oxygen or other things. So that's why Indian people in Hindu, they worship everything. It's not like they are blind. They are like saying thank you. We are grateful. So this is how I see religion. So I think everyone should have their perspective with open eyes, and then you will know that religion is just a way to live a life. So I think this is how people should see religion, other than believing in the mythology. Like I played Sita, but I'm not like, oh my God, Ram, oh my God, Sita. I'm not like that, because I know it's stories to make you a better person.
So with that, I got my iconic line from Hiten, which is everybody has to die one day. This is a line which I'm craving for the past few years now. But thank you so much. Thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much for agreeing to this conversation. Thank you so much for having being with us and sharing your
yeah,
spiritual journey. It was always wonderful to speak to you, and thank you so much. And I'm excited to meet you very soon. Let's manifest that and
yes,
let that thing happen. And I will get back to you very soon.
yeah. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me to drag to heaven. Thank you.
Thank you. So that was a conversation about how Hiten navigates with spirituality and how exactly spirituality is something which can be very, dissociated as well as different from the idea of religion itself. So I hope you like this conversation, and if you like the conversation, please do subscribe. Please send your comments. Try to engage with us, and we'll be more than happy to listen to all of you. So with that note, thank you so much, and have a great day. We'll see you in the next episode.